Relationships Gone Wild. The Let's Stay Together talk show brings you crazy relationships issues and events that can only be heard on this show.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
And now, the Shock Factor segment of the evening, brought to you by Reverend Rick and author Brenda McCain.
All right. We bring you right now Shock Factor. We're just going to do a little bit of fun before we end the show here. We saw on Facebook and also looked at some different places where a Florida church sent a $1,000 collection notice to a single mother because she did not tithe. I don't know how to say anything about that, but let me just go on. It says the Florida church sent a delinquency notice to a new member reminding her that worshipers was expected to pay $1,000 in required fees or face possible removal. Removal from the church. I'm not going to say the church name. You can look it up yourself. After 6 months ago, she moved a new home in Tampa, and she received a troubling letter a week later from the church. The single mother said she received an amount of delinquency notices that the new church asking her to pay $50 a month along with other association fees to remain a member in good standing and to vote in the church. This church, which I'm not going to say the name, which has operated for more than a century, asked her to pay a yearly $250 anniversary fee, then another $150 for the church day, amounting to about $1,000, in which she had to set aside to pay off the church debt. What church charged you to help? I'm messing up because I can't believe this. What church charges you to help pay off what they're going through? Peterson says. So this lady, we're going to go around the thing here, just have a little fun with it. She received what amounts to be a $1,000 collection notice from the church, saying to her, "You ain't paid your tithes and other dues. You don't pay this money, we're going to kick you out." I know y'all church people here, the greatest church in the world. I know y'all got to say something about that. Felicia, you rubbing your head over there, so say something about that.
Like Jesus is shaking his head at this one, but that's crazy. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like we're in the world, but we're not of the world. But that's very worldly, very carnal. It's the church. And if she had it, I'm sure she would have given it. Yeah. So it's like that just doesn't make sense to me. And I think that a message like that it sends a message to the rest of the world who don't want to come to church anyway, that this is why I don't go to church, because all they about is the money.
And it's just like a club. You have to pay your cover charge.
You got to pay your dues. Like you pay your dues like it's a club. Like get your hand stamped for your $1,000.
So Iron Lady, would you be running from this church?
Oh yeah, I'll be running from this church. Yeah, that is horrible, because you hear of so many people saying why they don't go to church, and usually it always has to do with money. And then you have a story like this, and it's like, you've prevented some more folks from saying, "See, that's why I don't go." And then we have to hear that and try to.
Yeah. You be like, "No, they don't do that at my church. Reverends don't do that."
Yeah. So that's horrible.
You got something to say, baby girl?
Nope, just I agree. They set it off.
Nope, I ain't got nothing to say.
Well, I do. I won't be censored, will I?
I don't know. We got a 7-second delay. Beep.
I know. Well, I think, you know what, depending on the church, though, you don't go inside of a church looking for the rules and regs like you in compliance. If I don't pay this, then I will get kicked out. That's not what the church is for. But if that is noted when you're going through orientation, then maybe you should really look at that, because most churches do have orientation. If that was put out there, because what was her name? The letter from the assistant, not of the church, baby, but the other lady that threw out something was like, "Oh, our church don't do that, but if you know you have to pay it, you should pay it." You don't know anyone's financial situation. But then they put her on a hardship program and gave her a couple of months to get it together. I wouldn't even want to go. I would say I decline. I'm looking for a new church and a new membership somewhere. Because to me, that just changes the whole faith. Even if you have great preaching from a pastor, it's like, wow, I'm paying you to get the word. That just doesn't seem right.
Well, you know, this is.
So I'm tired of paying you for preaching in the house to me.
Well, this is Reverend Doctor. I want my money.
I know you do.
You know,
Run me my money.
you know,
Pimp.
how that thing show. You know, it's my money and I want it now. You know, I would. You know, I was gonna joke and say, you know, pay your money, woman. You know, you got a collection notice, pay it. But you know, I think it's it's amazing that a church would go through that length. I don't think the church will let you know that when you're joining the church, you're going to pay certain amount of fees,
right.
You know, and then it comes up to $1,000. I mean, you know, you would hope the church wouldn't do that. You would hope the church wouldn't do this either. And as you know, people were saying, it can be a deterrent for a lot of people because they always think that that's all the church wants is money. You know, and you have some of these preachers that, talking about money and they want planes and all this stuff like that. And the value of the church kind of diminishes.
Oh, you're wrong, Rick.
Because, I just saying, hey, get me a plane. Give me, not the Tonka, the real one. But, it takes, it takes away the value of what the church is there for. And so when you get something like this and you see that, all I can do is say, shame on the church. But I will say this to people who are attending church. You're not attending church for the people. You're attending church to get to know God. And so if there's a church that is showing that they're more about the money than about you having a relationship with Jesus Christ, then you need to leave right away. For the church that would do something like this, I would hope that this in itself has shamed you enough, because I'm quite sure they never thought that it was going to get this much publicity, that it shamed you enough that you would, not do something like this and be like some of the other churches, like I know that Salem has done. I'm sure, First New Faith has done, is that they've helped people when they needed some funds and stuff like that, instead of, penalizing them and saying to the person, you could be possibly removed. It says
remove me,
possible
baby.
Removement from the church. I mean, how dare you tell somebody who needs Christ that I'm going to move you from where Christ is supposed to be?
But you know what? Did you? Sorry to
go ahead.
Step on in here, but she posted her letter on Facebook. I'm like, she was mad.
Put 'em on blast.
Right, put them on blast, and then they gonna blast her and say you was wrong to make that public and put that out there. But in a way, I have mixed feelings about it, because I'm like, I understand her. You don't do that.
Yeah, No,
I'm not talking about you don't post on Facebook. I'm just saying to the church, you don't do
it says
that.
two wrongs don't make a right, and I think she probably so troubled about it is that she's like, I can't believe a church would do that, and if it's going to make the church change its way, then I would say, hey, yeah, what'd you say?
I'm just saying that's just crazy. I gotta pay my tithes, so you're gonna put me out,
right? And if it's going to make the church change its way, then good. Nobody's above, doing something that's right. The church is not above that. It's never supposed to be above that. It's supposed to be in line with doing what is righteous and not saying face possible eviction from the church. I mean, I would have been sitting up there like, can I see this? I mean, like Brenda, I want to see this. I want to see y'all do something like this, But there are a lot of churches out there that are considered, trying to make sure they have the money to pay the bills, and and they're going to do some crazy things like this. So this is our shock factor for the day. Little crazy. Church that you're out there, you know who you are. You've been blasted by everybody else. We ain't going to blast you anymore by putting your name out there. But I would suggest, there you go, Jonathan. I would surely suggest that you stop this kind of practice and get back to bringing people to Christ.
Okay.
Hey, baby, where we going next? It should be our ending of the show, right? See, Sabrina, 2 hours go fast, don't it?
Real fast. Next week's topic is current situation show. So there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff coming up next week.
Yeah, current situation.
Yeah.
Thank our guest, baby.
Well, you let me do it.
Thank our guest, baby.
The McCain train is pulling into our last stop, and we want to thank, I'm going to say, Miss Jani first. Miss Jani, Polk,
Baby girl.
a.k.a. baby girl from my husband.
A man don't know how to say names. Baby girl.
Baby girl. That's your name. BG for real. Baby girl. Okay.
You know those old men used to do that all the time. Yeah, what's your name, baby girl?
That was my name from my daddy, too, baby girl. He knew my real name, though, by the way.
Sure
but
did.
we want to thank Felicia Houston and Sabrina Pitts-Johnson for joining us on the Let's Stay Together talk show, and the lovely, again, quiet, the woke up for a minute, Tracy Howard over there.
Yeah, Tracy been doing so much stuff.
Yeah,
though, boy.
she's our social media director, and Mr. Jonathan Garcia, our producer, for another great show. Thank
JG!
you guys.
Hey, we very much, and again, Felicia, once again, just real quick, talk about what you do with the women. Go ahead. Can you stop bothering me?
Felicia could talk. I just want your paper,
Okay,
baby.
well, slow down, chick. Go ahead, Felicia.
I'm sorry, you're having a domestic situation.
Always. You know we always have one.
Go ahead.
In addition to running, I run an organization called Anointed Wives Ministry, which is a ministry to encourage women in the area of marriage. And you can find out more about it at anointedwivesministry.com.
Baby girl, give us that information for Black Girls Run again.
www.blackgirlsrun.com. And to join Black Girls Run Chicago, search for us on Facebook, Black Girls Run Chicago, and request to join.
Sabrina, you got anything you want to add?
I just want to say that although it's called Black Girls Run, we accept members of all races.
Amen.
You
so,
see
yeah,
how
we
we
have
are
all races in our who are part
So
of our group.
you can come there, one of those white girls with your afro on, girl. Come
No,
on down
and
there.
it's funny that you guys say that because when I posted on Facebook, one of my white friends said, "And white girls hoping to catch up with y'all."
y'all got a
Deborah,
long way to go.
we got you,
Hey.
Deborah.
Awesome. Hey, you all, thank you all very much. Again, I say Black Girls Run is an awesome thing to join, organization to join. So if you need to get some information about it, it'll be also on our page. Felicia, don't forget to not Felicia, Sabrina, don't forget to let us know the next event that you're a part of so we can help sponsor you as well.
Great.
And so we thank you all very much for coming on our show. Baby, if you start running, I'll start running. What's that boy's name again? I keep on forgetting his name. He ain't called me yet anyway. Terrence Lyle. You know, so I know, Sabrina going to do. She going to give him my phone number now. Here's his wife. Get the number. And all of a sudden, hey, this is Terrence. Click.
Look for the orange shirts.
They have orange shirts on. Your shirts are black, pink, and what?
It's any color.
It's a whole bunch of shirts.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
whole bunch of
You got
shirts.
a
You
whole
have to go
bunch
to
See,
the
I'm
website.
saying, look at how they
Yeah.
branded that.
Yeah. We got to take some. Did you take some pictures of the shirts?
Tracy digging up.
Tracy over there going to sleep. Did you take a picture of the shirts? Okay, Jonathan, give me that music like we got to get ready to end. Hey, thank you for listening to the Let's Stay Together show. All right, now, cut it out. Thank you for listening to the Let's Stay Together show. We're about to end it for tonight. We thank you for listening. Be back next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Woo-woo!